So today is the day, guys. We're going to be installing this, and I'm excited. So I'm going to be installing this different than I initially was going to. A person by the name of Blake K commented on my last video where we went over this, and they sent me a link to this guy who modified an S14 cluster to fit custom gauges and stuff, just to make it look OEM and make it look good. And we're going to be doing that just with this. So you can see right here we've got the stock S13 cluster that the car came with, and it is huge compared to the CD5. The CD5 is a little guy. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this off, this lens, and we're probably not even going to be using this, and then we're going to take this guy off. We're going to gut this section. We're going to cut a hole out in the back for the plug for this. This has got a plug there, and it's got a USB there so you can program it. And we are going to be cutting that, mounting it in there, and then we're going to be cutting this out completely, and then we're going to be putting a new piece of ABS plastic in there and then cut out for the dash so it looks clean. And then we're probably not going to be using this only because on this button and the button on the other side is used to flip through the display screens, but doing it this way will be so much easier, because what I was initially going to do was just make a piece of ABS plastic, cut it to where it lines up with all the holes, and then just stick that on there, and then that would work. But I've already attempted it a couple times and it is harder than it sounds, and it's also flimsy, so it won't be as rigid, so this will move around a lot, and I don't want that. Yeah, so step one is just gut the cluster, get everything out, and take the circuit board thing off the back. Alright, so we got everything out, but now we need to clean this mess up. Now we can start cutting this up so we can make room for our dash. So as you can see, we got our dash here, and it's gonna fit for sure, but this plug back here hits right on here. And so does this and all this stuff in there. So we need to cut all that out so we can put this all the way through. So here we go, boys, we got it all mounted in. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to figure something out because that mounting point isn't on anything because there's just no material there. So I might make like a bracket to go from that one to that one and then up to there too, so it is like an L and it connects it that way, and that might help. I'm not sure yet, but other than that, it's pretty in there. It's it's not going anywhere. Here is what I got going on. We've got the sheet of ABS plastic right here, and then we have the original, I guess the black face of the cluster. We have that there. I cut all the stuff out of it that housed the gauges, and now it's just a big open space, and I still gotta sand it down, and then I am going to be painting this once it is done so it looks better. We gotta make all the room we can so it fits around the dash, and right now it does. It's not the cleanest. Again, I had to do some touch up on the sanding and make everything look good, but it does fit. That's our basic shape. So now we just need to cut this guy to fit into here, and I think what we're gonna end up doing is I might put a bolt here and a bolt there. That might work. So I haven't filmed in a little bit. It's been pouring rain here and I've been working late, so I haven't really had the time, but I did get a little bit further with mounting the dash. And there's some other stuff that came in I'll show you in a second. But first I'll show you what we got done with the dash. So here is where we are with the dash. We got her all mounted in. You can see on the back, what I ended up doing was getting longer bolts, and then I got two pieces of steel and just had them go across like that so it supports them that way, and it's pretty sturdy. I've still got to do some adjustments. I got to add some washers and stuff because the screws are a little bit long, but essentially everything is done. So once we get the washers in and get it the right length and everything good there, we'll paint this black just so we avoid rust on the metal there. And the trim piece that goes around the dash, I've already got drying right now. It's got some black paint on it so it'll look better. And then the ABS plastic looks good. But I have these LEDs, they're green LEDs, and I'm gonna put one here and one here, and those are going to be turn signal indicators, so we'll know that the turn signals are on and working. If you are mounting this dash and you do need longer screws, they are 832 thread, so you can just go to Home Depot. It's like a couple bucks to get a pack of 4, and I got ones that are 2 inches long, and it's too long. It's maybe a ½ inch too long. So then again, it's better to have too much than not enough, because you can always cut them if you want to do that, or you can do what I'm going to do and just add some washers and space it out a little bit better. So my dumbass forgot about the plug for the dash, and this goes right across there. So I measured out the distance from here to here, and we're going to drill the holes there, cut it, and then turn them so it's going like a U. And then we should be good there. We won't be blocking the plug. And if you look down there, you can see that thing right there, that like round kind of thing. That's a port where you plug into your computer and you can change the layout and stuff like that, adjust what sensors show. So we still have access to that, which is good. So we don't need to modify anything else. We can just cut that, drill those holes, turn them, and then we should be fine. So now we got our 2 vertical pieces and our 1 horizontal piece, and the dash is just chilling in there because we took it all apart so we can get our turn signal LEDs in, and they're coming out pretty good. They're literally just gonna poke through like that, and they're both green, and I gotta mark which power wire is for which light so I know which one to wire into which turn signal so we can get that right. So now while everything is drying, so I want to show you guys some of the new things that we have that are going to help with the 240. So the first one is this guy. It is a TIG welder. We got a nice little TIG welder. So I've only used a TIG welder once, and it wasn't this one. It was another one. I don't even know what machine it was, but I only TIG welded once on some aluminum, and I sort of got the hang of it, but it was only for like literally 15 minutes, so not enough to really get familiar with a TIG welder. So I've got a lot to learn on here. But we got stuff coming for it, some upgrades, and I have to get a bottle of argon before I can even use that, so that's on hold. That's just there sitting pretty. But the other thing that we got is in this box. We got a Wiring Specialties harness for the 240. So Wiring Specialties actually called me while they were making this and asked me a couple questions. They were unsure whether or not I was using the stock ECU or not, and I told them that I'm not, but I have the plug and play harness, so I still need the stock ECU plug. So they've got that going, and then I told them I don't have a chassis harness anymore because I made my own. So they left this, which is normally what plugs into your dash plugs and the plugs that are on the chassis harness, but they made it a flying lead harness. Essentially all that means is it's just the wires. They just left the wire length, and then everything's already pinned and good to go. And these 3 wires are the only wires that I need to worry about. So we're gonna get that in. That'll be its own separate video, and hopefully then we can start, because there's no reason why it wouldn't after this. But my favorite part about this whole harness is probably the tag. I really like that. It's just creative. Everything labeled. Like, look at that. This is actually like a scanner thing for, I think it's called Nissan Consult. I had never heard of it until I got this harness, and I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. I don't need that though. The standalone has its own troubleshooting diagnostic mode thing on it, so I don't even need that. But yeah, they added a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's the new things that I want to show you guys. We got the harness, so hopefully our car will start. And we got the TIG welder, because I'm going to be making my own exhaust now that I have a TIG welder. And I can make a intake, like airbox kind of thing with that too once I get better with aluminum. So now we still have a little bit before that dries and before everything is good, so we're gonna go ahead and start the wiring for the dash. So here is our plug. This plugs into the dash itself, and then we've got this guy, our CAN bus plug. This, I had to order these connectors. I'll have a link in the description. They're black only because I think these are the only ones that Amazon Prime was doing, so I wanted to get that nice super fast shipping, so that's why I got the black ones. You can get gray ones, I think they're on there, but I'll have them in the description. You can pick some up for yourself, only because I didn't want to take this plug off, because if you notice, that gray wire is like a shielded wire, so I didn't want to take that off and then have to mess with that. So I just decided, you know what, let's just get the plug so we don't have to worry about that. And then here's our power harness that plugs into this connector here. Even though this is a 4-pin connector, this is also a 4-pin connector, but it only has 2 of the pins being used. The other 2 are blocked off. And then we've got this purple wire it says beacon, I don't even know what that means. And then this gray one is night mode. So this we're gonna have tap into the power for the headlights. So when the headlights are on, it'll dim the screen so it's not so bright at night. And it also comes with this guide to program our dash. You just plug it into that port on the back that I was showing you guys earlier, and then the other sides of your computer, and then you can program the layout of the dash. So step one is going to be pinning the plug on here to the wire that we had already ran to the dash that has that's the can high and can low from our ECU. Okay guys, so I've got right here, this is our can plug. Those are the wires coming off the ECU that use this can high and can low. Got those going to the ECU. The ECU is not hooked in right now, it's actually just chilling right there because the cars are run, so we can't tell if it's working until the car is running. But we also have our power plug that is all hooked up, so we can turn it on and see what happens. Okay, that is pretty cool. I think this is probably the page that I'll use the most, just because I like the layout, how it shows like everything. And then I'm probably never gonna use this, the lap timer thing. It's cool, but I don't think I'll ever use it. But a page like this where it shows the RPMs up at the top, and then we got our shift lights here, and then the RPMs right there too, and then all that. Although this doesn't show mile per hour, but I believe that I can adjust that, so not a big deal. But this is also a cool one, kind of like a S2000. The RPMs go here, and then you got a little mile per hour up there. It even shows gear too, that's pretty cool. So we got the dash pretty much in, but this piece, this trim piece that's got all the buttons and vents and stuff on it, doesn't fit now because we had it hitting where I cut out. So I notched it there. It's literally, there's a line there, and then there's a line there, and I cut a little bit more on this side because I don't think that the dash is exactly centered, which isn't a big deal. I mean, it doesn't matter, but so I had to cut out that much. But there is like a guide, sort of, like you could see it's kind of like how this has that rectangle, it's got one down there too. So you just cut that section out, and then the dash should fit. I am so happy with how this turned out. Like, it is great. It's better than I thought it would be. Like, it looks, I mean, not OEM of course, but it looks great. Oh my god, let's turn her on. Like, oh, look at that. And then check this out, got that turn signal going, and we've got that one. And then, just hit the flashers, why not? That's all good and hooked up. Oh my god, like, it came out great. Like, I'm honestly like really happy with how it turned out. Alright guys, she's in. She looks fucking good. Like, it really came out good. It came out better than I expected it to, but I surprised myself. I think I did pretty good. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Next video, we're going to be putting the harness on, and fingers crossed we get it started, because that's all I want right now. That's all I want. But thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you did. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the dash? How do you think it came out? 'Cause, I mean, I think it came out pretty good. But let me know what you guys think. And then hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.